In the early years of the United States, long before skyscrapers and superhighways, a battle brewed on the frontier. It wasn't about foreign invaders. It was about whiskey. And it would test the authority of America's brand new government for the very first time. This is the story of the Whiskey Rebellion. It's 1791. The United States is young, just a few years after the Revolution. The war had left the nation in debt. The government, under Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton, needed money, fast. Hamilton proposed a new tax, an excise tax on whiskey. To him, it was a way to raise funds and prove that the federal government could enforce its laws. But for many on the frontier, especially small farmers in western Pennsylvania, it felt like betrayal. You see, whiskey wasn't just a drink. It was currency. Farmers often used whiskey to trade for supplies, paid debts, even buy land. To them, this new tax hit their livelihoods directly. Many believed the government, led by elites in distant cities, was ignoring the struggles of the common man. And so, resentment began to boil, just like the copper stills in their barns. Protests quickly turned violent. Tax collectors were harassed, tarred and feathered, and forced to flee. By 1794, crowds of armed men began openly defying federal law, attacking officials and burning property. The rebellion had begun. For the first time in U.S. history, citizens were challenging the government's authority by force. President George Washington faced an impossible choice. Would the United States stand by while its own citizens defied the law? Or would it act, even if it meant turning soldiers against Americans? Washington made his decision. He personally led an army of nearly 13,000 troops, the largest force he ever commanded, to march into Pennsylvania. As they approached, the rebels scattered. No major battle was fought, and the rebellion collapsed without bloodshed. But the message was clear. The federal government had the power and the will to enforce its laws. 2 men were tried and convicted of treason, but Washington pardoned them. The government had proven its strength while showing mercy. The Whiskey Rebellion was over, but its legacy lived on. It showed that America's new Constitution wasn't just words on paper. It had real authority. And it revealed deep divides between urban and rural America that would shape the nation for centuries to come. From the smoky hills of Pennsylvania to the halls of power in Philadelphia, the Whiskey Rebellion tested the soul of the young republic and proved that this experiment in democracy would endure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into early American history, hit like, subscribe, and raise a glass to the stories that shaped our nation.